Hello there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lanca and today we really have an interesting topic that we are going to talk about. And I need you to understand something. Marriage is sweet and marriage is good. But you have to understand from the beginning, marriage is set by God. And as a Christian or a person who really understands that, then we get to know what it is for and why it is very important in our lives. So we really have to work on it and we have to keep working on it. Marriage is a concept that sometimes looks tricky because when you're getting married, the first thing that you do is that you sign a certificate even before there is anything. So in our normal lives, the systems that we have gone through allow us to go to school, learn, take time, grow into something. Then that is when we go through an exam or a test, and then when we qualify is when we are given the certificate. But look at marriage. You're first given the certificate and then boom, you send in there. So go discover, go know, go do. So there's a strategy, there's an understanding, there's a reason as to why it is done that way, because it is a representation of Christ, his love, and his love towards us as human beings. And the reason why it becomes or looks tricky is because there is a lot of work that needs to be done, a lot of self-development, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of overlooking, a lot that needs to be done. And sometimes we don't want to do it. That's the reason why it becomes tricky. So today we're just going to tackle this interesting topic, and I'm going to share from a personal experience. I'm married. I'm happily married. I'm a mother of three, and I'm a wife, and I have been for some good time. So, and I'm learning. I am work in progress. I keep learning a lot, and when I discover something that has really helped me, I really feel that I should share with someone who will hear and maybe change or maybe improve and work on something and get to learn and become a better person, because we are working towards a better life and understanding things inside out so that they can really work and benefit us all. Now, we are talking about championing your husband. This is, I'm talking to the people who are married and they have a husband, and there are things that are supposed to be done, or there are things that lubricate and make the relationship work. I will talk about championing your wife another time, but today let us just talk about how to champion our husbands and how to make them feel appreciated and special. My number one, and that remains my number one, is you pray. You pray and pray and pray and pray, because for me as a Christian, again, I really believe in prayer, because the scripture says that the prayer of a righteous man availeth much. And there are many things that maybe you are not able to change or work on, but because you pray for them, then God himself, the creator of the man, the husband that you're with, is able to transform them and change them to become a better person so that your relationship is working. For me, it has been years, and I set an alarm. I have set 3 alarms over my phone, and I always pray for my husband at 12. I pray for my children at 3, and I pray for myself. I pray for myself twice so that I become a good wife and I become a good mother to my children. So all the time I make sure that I pray and pray and pray. Remind yourself, just say a prayer. Ask God to protect him. Ask God to guide him. Ask God to lead him. Ask God to be with him in everything that he's doing. Remember, he's the head of the family and he's gonna guide you. And because you're involved here, then you want decisions that are made, that are proper, that are good, and that are working. So it is very important and very key to make sure that you pray for him. So don't underestimate the power of prayer. Don't underestimate what it can do to a person's life. Especially now, this is your person. This is your personal person, is your man. So make sure you support him by praying for him all the time. Pray, pray, pray. Don't forget that. Continue praying over issues, over anything. Just pray. It doesn't have to be that you have a problem, but always remember to pray. Another way of championing is supporting, being supportive, being his advocate, is by being yourself. Most of the time, if you're working on yourself and just self-developing and being the best version of yourself, that will really create the the smoothness in the relationship. So there won't be a lot of you needing a lot of validation here and there, and a lot of things that you demand him to do. But when you're working on yourself and you're becoming the best version of yourself, then that will make it easier for the relationship to work, and it will help him because he doesn't have to handle some of the issues you're already handling. The men, I have heard it so many times that men are visual beings and they will move by what they see mostly. So it is advisable that in yourself, dress femininely. Just be clean, smell good, look good, work on your self development. Make sure that you're working on yourself as a person. You're becoming the best version of yourself. That will be a greater gift to give, something really important to give to him, other than people who maybe are looking for validation. They do not know who they are, and it makes their relationship stagnant when somebody is really looking for another person to make them whole or do something for them because they feel incomplete by themselves. When you work on yourself, when you're good enough and you know that you're good enough deep inside, it will even reflect on your skin, on your life, on the way you handle things, and it will make the relationship much. I don't know how I'm gonna say this, but I will just say it as plainly as it is. Compliment your husband. It goes a long way. It really does the magic. It brings out the magic by complimenting him. If he goes out to work, he's meeting people he works with, he's meeting his friends, and if he's doing something good and or he's looking good, they are noticing it and they are saying it, and you are silent on it. That does not help him to become the best version of himself. So what do we say? That all the time we make sure that we compliment him. Look for something good that he's doing. Look for something that is really positive in his character, in his life, in what he does. Just even being there as your husband. This person chose you. They chose you over the billions of people who are out there. And I tell you the truth, people are out there just believing God to get a husband, a man who will be with them and stay with them. So this person, you can have you have a million reasons to thank and to compliment that he's there in your life and he's doing his best, so that this marriage relationship can be able to work to the best of what it is supposed to be. So before you throw your stones, kindly hold on and I explain. It is something that I have read, and it is something that I have seen, and it is something that has helped me to understand. Please, women, offer domestic help. That is domestic support. Support your husband. Make sure that your house is looking okay. I know you want to tell me that you go to work, and I understand that, and sometimes it's really tiring and overwhelming. He can chip in and help you, but make sure that you are in control of how your house looks, the order, the way your children are, if you have any, that you are the main person who is making sure that things are running smoothly. Most of the time that I have seen that work, he will help me here and there when he can, but I make sure that I am running the things and making sure that they are running smoothly. And that has another support that goes a long way is gifting your husband. I am telling you the truth. Do not wait for a special occasion, maybe an anniversary, a birthday, Valentine's, just those known occasions. You can always create something. Just set a dinner for the two of you. Just do something special. It doesn't have to cost money. It doesn't have to be expensive, but you can always do something that will make this person feel the support, feel he's being backed up. There is support that is coming from the person that they love the most. And when you understand that, it makes life smooth. It makes the marriage, it just makes it work, because you are not waiting for this person to gift them someday. Just look for something that is nice. They will feel cared for, they will feel loved, they will feel that somebody is appreciating their presence in their life. So make sure, if you haven't gifted your husband in a long time, please go buy something. Go buy something or create an event. Make his the food that he loves most. Buy his favorite fruit. You know by now you've understood him and you can be able to tell what he likes most. Then work on that. It doesn't really have to cost a dime, but you can always do something special, not only on special days but all through. You can always create those special moments that will make him feel supported. As I said, marriage is an assignment. Marriage is an assignment. This is not something that we do for fun. It is a God given assignment that we have, and you have to do it the God way so that it will be able to work. Just imagine getting something from a manufacturer and then you want to get advice from another person instead of reading and getting the information of how it should work from the manual that the manufacturer has provided. That will be detrimental, and of course it will not work. So our manual is the Bible, and there is an agreement that God puts, and there is a way that God puts that another important factor that you should consider as a wife to support your husband is to empower him. This means that you're not this kind of person who goes out there. If there are any mistakes, if there are any shortcomings, that you're the person who will go out there and parade them and make sure that everybody knows, your relatives, your friends, his co-workers, wherever he works, if you know them, that you make sure that everybody knows his shortcomings. One, you should consider that you also have your own shortcomings. And two, it will not help in anything. In fact, it will just bring him down, and that is not a method of empowering him. The scripture says in Proverbs chapter 12 that an excellent wife is a crown to his husband. So you're a crown, a representative of glory, of goodness, of good things. But it continues and says that, but a woman who shames her husband is like rottenness in his bones. See how detrimental it is? See how bad it is? And even the scripture quotes it. So it is important to know that you empower him by being. One other factor that is really important in this discussion that we are having today is make sure that as a wife, you create time. Time is so important such that you can be able to discuss if there is any issue, anything that is pending, if there is something that you need to discuss, maybe handling the children, how the business is, how the workplace is. When you set in time, you will not have arrears on things that are not discussed or things that are pending, and that will really help the relationship. As for me, we discovered that we really needed to create time. So what did we do? We decided that from 9 in the evening to around 10 for 1 hour, there is time that we create, we unplug, we put everything aside, and we have time to discuss and talk about issues or any matter that is there. And it doesn't have to be that you're solving any issue, but could there be any issue, then you can be able to comfortably handle it. So this removes the accumulation of unresolved matters if there are any, and this helps the relationship to run. So creating time is a way of supporting your husband. Make sure that both of you are working towards it, but be available to make sure that that time is there and it is utilized properly, and that will really help and bring the goal that we are working towards, a successful and working marriage. One other thing that is really important in showing support to your husband is being respectful and honoring him. You know, there are these teachings that have come of late of people trying to show that it's okay to disrespect and to honor, not to honor a man. People, men and women are equal. There is this and this, and I'm telling you the truth. There is a destruction that eats a person from without knowing, because you agree with people who do not know what is supposed to work and how it is supposed to work. So having an understanding or knowing how men were created by God, then you really have to know as a woman that by showing him the respect and honor as the husband or the man in your life, then you're creating the lubrication or the easiness in the relationship as in a marriage. So very clearly get the facts, get the point right, get information that is really essential. And this is really, really necessary to them, that they get the respect and honor. That is very critical in their day-to-day life. As we come to an end of to this discussion, I know you've picked something, one or two that has really resonated with you. If you have if you've not been empowering the man that is in your life, then you need to up your game and do something. You really need to look at what are you lacking, what are you not working on, and make sure that you improve. I say we are work on progress. We keep working, we keep changing, we keep learning, we keep becoming better. I read something about marriage, and that is the parting shot that I would like to leave you with. I was reading on the internet and I saw something that said that people come into marriage expecting that marriage is a box and they're gonna come there and get everything and pick everything that they want. Surprise, surprise, surprise. That is not the truth. The truth is that marriage is an empty box where you come and put so that you can be able to receive. So it is a responsibility that you have to give so that you can be able to get. And that is the requirement of marriage. And that's why mostly it doesn't, most people don't want to go to those extras. And that is why some of the times it doesn't work. But you really have to put a lot in it for you to get anything out of it. It is not you coming with all the expectations that I'm coming and getting all the answers and everything. You really have to work on yourself. You have to make sure you're doing something so that it can produce the fruit that you really want. So with that understanding, with that clarity, I know that you are able to look into the matters that we have discussed, and you're able to pick what really can be able to work for you. And if you're able to do all of them, because these are necessary, they are requirements that should be done so that the marriage can really work. From me to you this time, if you haven't subscribed, kindly remember to do so, so that it supports our channel. And write comment down below, resonate with whatever that has resonated with you, and if there is any change that you need to do, put it down there and let's see how it goes and how it works. Because I'm sure if you implement these things, because they work, they are the oil that puts a marriage rolling and working, it will definitely work. Blessed time.